Basically dealt with a lot of really realistic experiences that we feel New Canaan High School students have experienced, and although we tended to exaggerate, we think that, you know, maybe some of them have happened to us. Like, I know the Raskolnikov video like is basically what happened to me when I was little, and I still remember all the details. But I think, you know, the Hamlet, and I think those are realistic, you know, portrayals of certain people in the high school. I can't, you know, name specific people on my fingers, but yeah, they definitely exist. And
yeah, we just wanted to put together all the different experiences that teenagers go through in high school, and even if they don't, all of them don't happen to one person. As a whole, we thought that it kind of exemplified the high school experience.
And we chose to take it to an extreme because, like, we thought we wanted to get past the superficial level and the just like basic. We really wanted to get into each experience and how like
get the point across.
Yeah, and really make it clear.
So our first video about Raskolnikov stealing the ring pop, that was pretty much 100% true. When I was about 3 or 4 years old, I was really pissed off at my mom because she wouldn't buy me the ring pop. So basically, as you saw in the video, I stole it, really obviously hid it behind my back so that she almost would naturally, you know, question me, and then I gave myself up, felt horrible. And it's weird because that is kind of one of my earliest memories. That was when I was very little, and I still remember it, and I think it's because I felt so guilty even over a stupid, you know, 50-cent ring pop. So.
Yeah, I think that like guilt is also a big thing for high schoolers, because even if it's, you know, it can be something as little as a ring pop, or like before, like you said, with cheating or lying to your parents or lying to your friends. I think it's difficult for people to not come forward. Sometimes you think that you can get away with it, but eventually it just catches up with you, just like Raskolnikov. He thought he could get away with it, but he didn't really take into account how much it really like gets to you.
Yeah, I think it's especially hard when you are holding it in and you get to this point of like paranoia where you think everybody knows, which is very similar to Raskolnikov, where he thinks everybody suspects him. So I know when I'm guilty, I feel like that. I feel like everybody's kind of like judging me, and like everybody knows that I did something wrong, but I still feel really bad about it, and it's just hard to deal with guilt.
Yeah, and to the point where sometimes you feel like suffering the consequence is worth it, rather than having to feel so paranoid and think that every comment someone makes or every time someone looks at you, they're suspicious of you.
Okay, so we chose our Oedipus Rex situation of cheating because I think it's probably like one of the most relevant situations in high school. Like, I've been through a cheating situation in physics, and I think Kimmy is in my class, so she has too. And it's kind of ridiculous how crazy it's gotten now.
Yeah, like the, you know, writing on the inside of your water bottle, or taking, the classic is, you know, taking pictures on your phone, or like in our video, someone who's already taken it actually tells you the answers, and it's really, it's really weird because you know that you know, if you cheat, you will get a good grade, and especially with the college process being so competitive and this school being so competitive, it's tempting, and a lot of people do cheat. And, you know, Georgina in the video suffered the consequences of not cheating. You know, she got a bad grade, and it's a very awkward yet common experience in high school.
Yeah, like Kimmy said, I think it's very tempting because it is so competitive. You want to take the easy way out, and not just for it to be the easiest way, but also the way that guarantees you success quickly, which is why I think so many people find themselves in that.
I think it's really hard too. Like in our video, we showed one person cheating and one not. It's like it's really hard to avoid it when everybody's around you, and it takes so much strength to
and then you
not cheat.
Yeah, and you see they got an A, and it's not fair, but that, you know, that's the way it is. It's high school.
It's difficult because you kind of question your own beliefs. Like, is it really worth it to keep your integrity? And that's what we asked in our interviews. That's what we were trying to explore with our Oedipus scene. I mean, is it worth it if everybody else is getting away with it?
Yeah, like, and Oedipus, you know, instead of living in ignorance and, you know, taking, you know, the easy way out, that he chose to, you know the, he chose to take the honorable way, and even though that meant suffering, and it obviously did in his case. So.
And I think we chose to include this at the end too because it really shows the growth of like personal character and integrity. Because by the end, like we're resisting like the temptation to cheat and not kind of giving into that low road.
Which is kind of a high school, evolution. I think kids do, or I hope kids
Become a better
become a better person through high school, but it's questionable sometimes.
Yeah. So like we said, even though some of our scenes were a little extreme, we felt that this was an accurate representation of the emotions that high schoolers experience from day to day. Whether you're feeling guilty like Raskolnikov over something, or you're kind of questioning your integrity like Oedipus, or you feel like your parents are putting too much pressure on you, watching you,
overbearing,
or you just feel kind of excluded and don't want to be bothered like Hamlet. Everybody's gone through these feelings before, even if they aren't to that extent. And so we just wanted to paint the whole picture, overarching picture of the high school experience, which is why we chose these specific books to portray.
And I think that, some people might say reading like classic books like these is, dumb and like old school, and we should be reading, whatever we want. But it's just like our video is a testament that like everyone can find something in even books like Oedipus Rex, which was written so long ago, that is relevant and can be connected to life of an average NCHS student.
Yeah, I think that's important what Kimmy said, how why are we still reading all this stuff? Well, we just showed how it can still be relevant to today. The fact that we were able to connect it to all these situations, and even though the experience wasn't exactly the same, the emotions that arise from the experiences are definitely relatable.
Yeah, I think that all of these characters in the classics are so applicable to our own lives. Like at some point in time, we are all one of these characters. Like they're very relevant, and I think that like in combination, these characters are a good representation of typical high school life.